Hello guys, MultiClassicGamer here, and today I'm officially going to announce my next LPs. I hope you guys have been really excited for this because, unfortunately, I'm not going to do any of the games that have been requested, like not even the SpongeBob SquarePants movie yet. I will do it eventually, but I just don't want to do it right now because I've been telling people that the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the reason why I'm not doing it, right away after Battle for Bikini Bottom is that, I said that it's part of the same series. People corrected me saying, no, it's not part of the same series. But, what I meant to say in that is that it's another SpongeBob game, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. I just don't, it's been part of my thing just to not do the same a game from the same series consecutively. That's just not something I do. It's not my style of LPing. So, I'm really sorry about that, guys. But, eventually I'm going to do it. So, don't worry. Don't freak out, okay? If you want me to do the games that you want me to do, then it's all about, it's pretty much just patience at this point. If you guys want me to do, something else. But the games that I have picked to do, I'm hoping won't disappoint, but they probably will, especially those who wanted to see the SpongeBob SquarePants movie next. And I've actually gotten a lot of requests for that. In fact, that was actually the most requested game throughout the time I was doing Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like from the beginning to the end, people wanted to see me do the SpongeBob SquarePants movie next. But I'm not going to do that next. I will do it eventually, but not next. How about this? How about I promise that I will do it sometime either later this year or next year. I was initially planning to... See, here's the thing, okay? I was initially planning to do this, to do the game, around the time the sequel comes out to celebrate that, Now, and I heard somewhere at some point that the sequel's coming out next year. So I figure, okay, so whenever the sequel comes out next year, I will do the movie around that time to celebrate, share my feelings with it while I do the LP of the game for the original movie. But then, recently, I found out that the sequel to the movie is not planned to come out until December of next year. So, that would basically mean like a very long time to wait to do that game. So, I'm not going to wait that long to do the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, but, I'm still going to do it eventually, like sometime within the next 2 years. That's the plan, basically. But, however, since people want to see another SpongeBob game so badly, I am going to do another SpongeBob game. But, I will be doing it alongside another game. So, basically, I'm going to be doing 2 LPs next. Basically 2 LPs alongside each other. They're both completely different games. Like, they have nothing to do with each other. So, that kind of makes it, kind of adds variety, I suppose. So let's get started. The first game I'm going to announce is not a SpongeBob game, but the second one is. And the reason why I'm not doing, not starting the SpongeBob game first is, again, it's another SpongeBob game, so I don't want to start like right after Battle for Bikini Bottom. I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna do it alongside the first game, and basically what the plan is that once I start these 2 LPs, I'll be doing. I'll basically be like switching them out each day. Like first, like one day, I'll be doing the first game, then the day after that, I'll be doing the SpongeBob game, then back to the first game, so on. That's simply how it's gonna go, at least for the next month or so until I finish the 2 games. Okay, so the first game that I'm going to announce is Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. This should have been made pretty obvious when I was going through the Kelp Caves in Battle for Bikini Bottom. I actually hinted at this LP by saying that the power crystals you collect in them are a very, very good hint to what my next LP would be. And I know I have not done the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games. I know this is the 4th game in the series, but you know what? The problem is that I don't have a PlayStation, or PlayStation 2 or anything like that, so I cannot play the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games. But I know that, actually, I'm not sure if this is... See, the thing is that I'm going to be doing this game for the GameCube. In this particular port of the game, was actually heavily criticized for the loading screens, which I did not mind myself. So, I'm gonna be doing it just because I feel that maybe it deserves a bit more attention than it gets. Like, I seriously think that loading screens are not that big of a deal. Like, seriously, if that's the only thing you're gonna criticize about a game, then seriously cannot. I just don't think that's a good excuse to give a game a low score. That's just my opinion on that. Alright, anyways, yeah, that's the first game I'll be doing, Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex, and that's the first game that I will start. The second game is a SpongeBob game, and it is going to be SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman for the GameCube. Yes, I know I did a walkthrough this game back in 2011, early 2011, and that, I don't know how it got so popular, but it did. In fact, actually, part 1 has over 500,000 views up to this day. So you're probably wondering, why am I going to do an LP of that game? Well, simply put, that was a walkthrough, not a Let's Play. So, I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of it, and people actually asked me when I was doing the walkthrough if I could commentate over the game. And initially, I decided to just post-commentate over the remainder of the series, but then I decided, well, okay, I'll just do a Let's Play of this game in the future. In addition to the better quality, the whole thing will be commentated, unlike the walkthrough. So, just satisfy those people and those who wanted to see another SpongeBob game. There you go, I'm doing another SpongeBob game. Alright, so don't complain about what you don't get, just be happy with what you do get, okay? That's all I can say to those who aren't happy with these selections I made, okay? Alright, and also I got some other requests for some other games, and, like the problem with most of these games that people requested me to do is that I either don't have these games or I never heard of them. A good example of a game that I've heard of but don't have is Simpsons Hit and Run. I actually just got a request for that earlier today. And, well, yeah, I simply don't have that game. I played it before, and I do know a friend who has it, so if I wanted to do an LP of that game, I could, borrow their copy of it. But, even though I played it, I've never done a full 100% playthrough of it. But then again, I haven't done a full 100% playthrough of Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. See, I'm going to do it anyways. But the thing is that I've had that game for a very long time. There's actually a particular reason that I'm doing that game instead of the other 3 Crash Bandicoot games. And, or at least the other 3 of the main series, because there are some spin-off games as well. And there's one spin-off Crash Bandicoot game I also have that I want to do eventually, but we'll get into that later. But, yeah, I got requests for Simpsons Hit and Run, which I won't do because, simply put, I don't have the game yet, and I'd like to be able to practice it enough to the point where I'm actually comfortable doing an LP of it. And, let's see. Jeez, I've actually got quite a list, and I think I got somewhere around here. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I even got someone also requested The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Never even heard of that game, so not a chance, at least not for now. I'll give it a shot eventually, maybe do it as a blind LP, I don't know. But that's basically what applies to the games that I never heard of. I would just either I'll eventually get them and do a blind playthrough, or I'll get them and then practice them, which would take even longer. And there's also Lego Star Wars. Well, the thing is that I'm not really into Star Wars or the Lego games, so there's a very small chance of me doing a game like that. So, I'm just not really into I don't know what it is about me, but I'm just not really into most of the stuff that people like obsess over, like Star Wars, Star Trek. I could really never get into those things. Maybe it's just a sci-fi thing I'm not really into. I don't know. And there's also Legend of Zelda. Like, most Nintendo fans are fans of Zelda, but for some reason, I'm one of those Nintendo fans who's not really into Zelda. And then there's also Pokemon. Like, I don't know why I'm not into the same stuff that most other people are. I just don't know. And I apologize for that, but that's just the way I am. I can't really change that. But that's besides the point. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I've clearly been talking for too long. Okay, so 10 minutes, good enough. Yeah, I introduced the 2 games I'm going to do. These games will be starting on, let's see, Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex will start next Monday, March 11th. And SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, that will start the day after, so March 12th, Tuesday. Just like before, I've actually, come to think of it, I've actually already pre-recorded 8 episodes of Crash Bandicoot, so, that would actually last for most of the month of March, so, yeah. There's that, and I've also got some Revenge of the Flying Dutchman to pre-record, and I'll just have those videos upload at 12 o'clock p.m. every day, just like I did with Battle for Bikini Bomb, where I just upload the videos ahead of time and then schedule them to be uploaded at 12 p.m. in a way that, one video goes out daily. So that's basically what my plan is, okay? So, things might change once we get into April. That should be hinting at something. And, that's going to be it for this video, since I pretty much explained everything I need to. I've announced the 2 LPs. Once again, I'm sorry if you guys aren't satisfied with these choices that I made, but, I just want to keep things, different, basically. I don't want to do the same stuff over and over again, it just wouldn't feel right to be doing that, okay? And that's just the kind of LP I am, okay? So, I will see you guys on March 11th, where we'll start Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, okay? And with that... Oh, and also, YoshiFan2012, just like before, he's helping me by designing my avatar and my channel background, if he wants to. He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to, but, he's already made me an avatar, and I guess he's going to be working on the channel background for the next few days or so. But, besides the point, that's going to be it for today's video, okay? So, thanks for watching. I will see you guys on Monday, March 11th, okay? For the first of my 2 LPs, okay? See you then.